Have you ever stayed silent about your pain, only to be misunderstood, overlooked, or forgotten? In a world that reads your silence as indifference, staying quiet can cost you more than your peace. It can cost you your identity. We often associate silence with strength. We admire the ones who suffer quietly, assuming their silence is a sign of dignity, grace, or resilience. And sometimes, yes, it is. But not always. Because while you may carry your pain with quiet strength, the world doesn't always see it that way. More often than not, silence is misunderstood as apathy. And when you don't speak about your pain, people assume you don't feel anything at all. In American culture, where emotional independence is often mistaken for emotional invincibility, expressing your vulnerability is sometimes seen as weakness. But the truth is, staying silent about your wounds can make them worse. If you never speak about what's breaking you inside, the world will never know you're even hurting. It might assume you're cold, emotionally distant, or worse, unaffected. And slowly, this misunderstanding chips away at your sense of being seen. Because the world responds only to what you show. If you keep hiding your struggles, it forgets you're even there. The sad reality is, if you start believing you're unimportant, the world will believe it too. The pain you swallow whole, the heartbreaks you suppress, and the tears you cry behind closed doors, they don't vanish just because no one saw them. In fact, what you don't express becomes what weighs you down the most. Pain unspoken turns into scars you carry forever. Grief that isn't shared becomes a quiet rot in your soul. And the stories you never tell? They fade into time, unfinished and unheard. There's a difference between silence and strength. Silence is powerful only when it is intentional and conscious, when you are aware of what you are choosing not to say. But when silence is a result of fear, shame, or the belief that no one will understand, that kind of silence isn't strength. It's isolation. And isolation doesn't heal wounds, it deepens them. In America, we're told to tough it out, to keep going, to not burden others with our problems. But the truth is, sometimes expressing your pain isn't just cathartic, it's necessary. It's how healing begins. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's human. Pain becomes lighter when it's shared with someone who listens without judgment. Sometimes, all it takes is one conversation with someone compassionate to remind you that you're not alone, and that your pain matters. So, let this be your reminder. Speak. Even if your voice shakes. Even if you've been silent for too long. Because what isn't heard can never be understood. And what's never understood stays buried in the dark. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. Not just for others to understand you, but for you to understand yourself. Be prosperous and share happiness.